Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hey. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. Interesting Monday in Casa O'Mara with a sick boy down the hallway and...
oh, no. What kind of sickness?
I don't know. And a little dispute over, who walks the dogs on Monday, because it's usually a later departure because he goes to school 1 hour later. But it doesn't matter because he's not going to school, and I walk the dogs.
He goes to school an hour later on Mondays?
Hour later on Monday, usually 8 a.m. start, 9 a.m. start on Monday.
That doesn't surprise me.
It works well. It works well for him, though.
In Fairfax County, when I was growing up, Monday was a short day in elementary school. You started at the same time, but you got out at 1 as opposed to 3 the rest of the weeks.
So why would it be on that end?
I don't know.
I like the idea.
It has to do, I think, with busing, actually.
Okay.
Because they have to stagger the buses. Yeah.
Our kids get out an hour early on Wednesdays, and it's for teacher planning. I should have chose a different word.
Next time, say work day.
Yeah.
Teacher work day.
It's for teacher time.
Josh Soroka with the first laugh of the week.
I mean, and really, what was so...
It never gets old.
I know.
It never gets old.
Here's the thing.
It's
For it to
never
be
gonna stop.
so powerful, for it to stop both of us in our tracks.
It's
It's for teacher planning.
They're just new words, and it makes me laugh. All right, I want to start the show
Welcome back, Josh Holmes.
with a challenge.
Good.
And I will be alerted, I'm sure, by my mates right away whether I'm late to the party. I assume I am late to the party on this TikTok challenge.
Is it the ice bucket?
No, that would be really late to the party. And I
The gallon
remember
of
that
milk
one.
challenge.
Yes.
That was back in the radio days, right?
Yeah, that was like 5 or 6 years ago. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I don't know about radio.
Well,
I
that'd
think
be
it was.
15 years then.
Was the bucket challenge pre-COVID? I think it might have been.
I think
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
This one is, it just caught my eye. There are two things that caught my eye. One I may bring tomorrow, but I couldn't find enough of them. I've seen the one that caught my eye multiple times, and that's the exploding chair videos. If anybody
I
can
haven't
get-
seen these.
I have not seen this, and
No.
I am interested.
Oh, delightful. If you don't care about your fellow man, they are absolutely wonderful. It looks like the technology is to put some sort of airbag under an easy chair. Now I have to. Now that we're
Okay,
talking about,
so
this.
it's
No,
not
I
like
don't want
it-
to get ahead of myself.
It's
Yeah,
not like a whoopee cushion. It's not on the chair.
Yeah,
It's under the chair.
yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure what the mechanism is. You know,
Okay. But there's no actual fire explosives, right? Nothing that is.
This I think this is a Jackass thing from years
It
ago,
might
where
be.
they'd put
It
the
might
airbag under the cushion.
it could very well be.
And they put
could
the
very
lotion on its skin, or else it gets.
You
the
are
hose
wound
again.
up. He is wound up today, isn't
No,
he?
I think it's
Happy
because
Monday.
you
Dial
had-
it down. I'm going to tell. This is like when you're in a band with a guitar player. Rob, from 11, turn it down to 8 right now.
Oh, you turn it up to 7. I mean,
No,
I think
no.
you've had a bad morning. You're not
I have
ready
not
to have
had a
fun.
bad morning. Just turn it down to 8.
All right.
There's going to be a point where you need that guitar solo to carry the show.
I know. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's been 30 years, but the day's coming.
No, all I worry about, there's only one. I don't care if he's exuberant. That's great for me. That's great. What I don't want Chateau Interrupto, though. That bothers me when that happens. Chateau Interrupto.
And by
I
the
should
way,
say it like Sonny Jurgensen. Chateau Interrupto.
I don't mind you two talking about me behind my back during the show, but
You'd rather
has a
not have
name.
us do it in front of you?
No, it's fine. Just call me by my name. Don't say he is this and he is that. Rob is this. Rob is wound up. Rob is the bane of my existence. You don't need to just use it.
All right, I'm gonna try to. All right, hold on, just a second. I'm gonna try to send this one.
Oh, you're sharing it. Josh, here comes a red hot TikTok for you.
All right. I found one where it's on a bed.
No. Don't look for it.
All right. I'll wait for yours.
That's right.
I've got it. Do you want it email or text?
I don't care.
Okay, good. I'll send it to.
As the foreman of my father's building committee for his house, the team was used to say, "Hey, you want to help? Don't help."
All right, so this might be the worst one. This is not the greatest video, but it is probably the best example.
It shows an example of it. Okay.
Of this. Then there was another challenge, which I will get to. And this one, have you heard of it? Because I feel like I'm late to the party. It's
Okay,
called
what is it?
The Sprite Challenge. Are you familiar with it?
No, but I imagine I can guess what it is.
Yeah, it's chugging a
Yeah.
full Sprite
Okay.
Yeah.
and trying not to burp.
Well, yeah, that's
And I
tough.
have,
Oh, look at you.
Oh, you came prepared.
but not really, because the 7-Eleven at 7 a.m. did not have any real Sprite, like with sugar in it. Apparently, all of these challenges involve a real Sprite. I don't know if the configuration of a Sprite Zero is going to affect the challenge.
I don't think it will, because what you're dealing with here is.
I also don't know if I can successfully do the challenge.
No, I think it's carbonation based, right?
Yeah, and
I
I
think
think
so.
that they try to match the carbonation of all the Sprites, so you're getting the same
Now-
oral sensations.
I'm
now,
not
there is
looking
a comment
forward
in
to
the chat that I guess some of these try not to burp and end up vomiting.
Oh, that's fun. That would be a first for the
So
show.
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But would you like to see the chair video first?
Yeah, go right
Yeah.
ahead. Please do.
That looks a little worse than a challenge.
That's not a challenge. It's just a chair
That's
exploding.
a injure people.
I did not expect that at all.
Now, without further ado, I want to get right to it because I'm nervous about it.
All right.
So this is, I guess, try not to burp or whatever.
Yeah, it's a
but-
20-ounce Sprite Zero, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
And
You know what? I guess you could probably also
the
use
one I want.
Starry.
It's, by the way, if this works, if this is slightly entertaining, if no one dies, I'm doing it myself, sacrificing myself first. I think we can move right through the week, and tomorrow can be Rob's day, and then Wednesday can be Josh's day.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Yes, please. Okay, Mike is drinking.
Just chugging the entire bottle is difficult enough, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's 20 ounces. The stomach's not much bigger than that.
No, I don't know
gotta-
about that.
Well, Mike is on that medication. Shrinks his stomach.
So he's gonna have to
what
run
the
out
pill
to
does.
the bathroom mid video.
No, it'll come out his nose, is what I'm thinking.
Right. If he
I'd
asks,
say he's more than half done.
yeah, I think so. If he asks for the cruise commercial, he needs 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's true. I still drink like an alcoholic, even though I don't drink alcohol. Like the first soda of the day, it'll go down, and like the first sip will be like, you're not allowed to burp. You're
Yeah,
ruining
you
the
already
challenge.
you already lost.
Now you're smirking at me. Stop it. I don't like that smile. He's back to the bottle. Never say die. But I don't know if would you have to do Sprite? I might try Starry. I think Starry is pretty good.
Well, Starry's not as good as Sprite.
I guess, Mike, you're. Is it possible that your shoulders are higher than when you started? You seem to be gathering up a little
How many
bit.
ounces is this bottle?
It's 20. Should be 20, right? 20?
20. I thought they're 12. Don't they?
No,
have 12
16.
ounce?
Aren't they
No,
16
but that's
ounces?
no, that's a 20-ounce bottle if I've ever seen one.
20 ounce. Is
They
it supposed to be 20 ounces?
Yeah, well, over the years they've increased the size of beverage samples because
Well, like
Cokes used to be
everything else.
8 ounces. Yeah, and so now they're much bigger.
I don't feel well.
No, you feel fine. Mike is so good.
Just wait till the airbag goes off.
Mike's airbag.
Yeah.
You know what you might want to do, Mike? You might want to stand up and just sort of redistribute a bit. Because no, I mean literally stand.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, Mike, you've lost the challenge.
I lost it.
Will we revisit this challenge?
I don't think so.
Will we revisit the show?
I think you can. Rob, would you be? Rob is by the way, the best belcher on the show.
Yeah, I can be. Yeah.
And Rob does sugar soda, so he's.
Do you want me
his
to go get a
body's used
Coke
to
and
it.
see what I can do?
No, you got to do it with a Sprite.
Okay, I'll get a Sprite today, but not a Sproke.
So I'm sorry I wimped on it.
Last week we talked about the ginger ale alternative,
Yes.
and we didn't believe it. Well, I talked to my wife over the weekend. She used to bartend and did that move.
Really?
It was a real thing they trained her to do.
And Mike has gone back to the Sprite. Mike, you're broken. He's already said no. Don't do that. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to not be happy.
I don't know the point now.
Yeah, he's already lost the challenge. He feels ill. He's
I
consumed.
feel like if I don't,
I think you've taken about 17 ounces, dear.
I don't feel like if I don't drink it, that I'm gonna get crap for it.
Well, I wouldn't give you crap. I just know that we're going to see a burp with foam in a minute.
You have another bottle? Let's see if Michael can do this.
No, he's
While
he's
sick.
good to play.
That'll cure him.
Exactly.
He'll put all of the NutraSweet and kill all the viruses. What?
You never heard of it? The Sprite Challenge?
No, I know it now.
Hold on.
How much is left?
I'll get a cent. Probably a couple of ounces.
Okay, so he's 18 ounces
Can we see
into
the
Sprite
exploding
challenge.
chair one more time, please?
Sure.
This is it's an airbag of some sort that's under the cushion. You know, I have to wonder if that is an automobile airbag.
It has to be.
Because the speed in which it inflates is crazy.
And the power.
Yeah, because what I've seen before are if you go to like a bounce castle or someplace like that, and they'll have a big inflatable thing that you jump on, but it's like half full of air. So one guy sits on one end, and then a fat guy jumps on it from the other end, and that shoots the other guy in the air. So there are ways to use air pressure that aren't like that, but that's inflating.
Right.
That's,
Yeah,
it's
Can I
gotta be a
just
car.
offer a compliment up to Josh? I mean, don't you find, Rob, that Josh is rapid when it comes to like getting all this together for us when we're just waxing poetic on whatever subject, and then he'll just take something and get it and provide
Best
it
I've
for
ever
us
seen,
without-
to be honest. And I did it for years. It's tough. And so I love that he does it. Mike is going, and it's done. The challenge is done.
And Mike, I can add on to your exploding chair with the exploding bed.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
let's see that.
Oh, I saw that one too. This is great.
Looks like a
This
dorm.
is great.
Oh, my.
And that looks like 3 airbags to get that
Yeah.
mattress to move.
There's so many things about it. Like the fact that the person who's getting blown is totally not expecting it. Even if you were expecting that, that would be a sensational thing.
I'm just going to check under my chairs at Jimmy's.
That's
Now,
every
do we
chair
have-
is.
did you get my Sprite challenge?
Yep, I'm downloading it right now.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
Oh,
you
so
got
this
that.
is one. So is this a younger guy that's doing the Sprite challenge?
This is, I think, a collection of Sprite challenges.
Okay, because I've seen a guy that his whole TikTok page is he takes requests for beverages and then he gulps like 20 ounces of them instantly.
Isn't the guy walking into the garage? Isn't that the Sprite challenge?
No, that's a variation on it. That's I think early on. But there are people that can like relax their throat muscles and just pour stuff down
Well,
their throat.
starts
Yeah.
with it started with beer. That's what
I thought you were going to say it started with porno dating.
I think,
Here is-
frankly, it might
Here is
be
the
better
top
with
5
Okay.
Sprite moments.
Oh, great.
Here we go.
Number 5. She's cute.
My tummy hurt.
Oh my God. No.
That's the same guy, isn't it? That walked into the garage.
I think so.
Oh,
Oh my
There he
gosh.
is.
oh, this is our guy.
What do I do?
Long time.
But the guy that runs into the garage door, that's so old it can't be part of the current Sprite challenge trend.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's classic.
No,
That's
we're-
classic Sprite challenge.
We're being told in the chat the Sprite challenge is from 2022.
That's what I thought.
But
thought
it's
it was
new to
old.
us.
I thought it was old. That's it. But you know, it's just everything old is new
Hey,
again.
it started right when I stopped
Isn't that
drinking.
a song? Everything old is new again.
It's a part of a song where everything old is new again. I can't think of it, but you're right. It is from a
old
song.
is new again. And I really do believe it works better with a sugar soda than with a
Well,
artificial
for one
soda.
thing, it tastes better.
That is a Peter
Yeah,
Allen
probably.
song.
What's that?
Peter Allen song.
Peter Allen.
Mike, you
I go
love
to Rio.
You love Peter
de
Allen.
Janeiro. Oh, that's a great song. Do you have that, Rob? Can you
I go to
bring
Rio.
that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna get
No,
screwed
no,
if we
just
play
go
it?
with it.
Just
no, we're
a
fine.
taste of it. Yeah. Hold on a
I
second.
always wonder about that. I'm always mindful of that type.
You
of thing.
should be, and that's good. That keeps us aware of things. I don't know if I have. I might actually have Peter Allen's
It's got a
version
great
of that.
intro. It's
Yeah,
got a
it does.
great intro.
But are you thinking of the one that is Pablo Cruz, or the one that's actually by?
No, it's Peter. Din, din, din,
Yeah, it's got
oh.
piano intro.
Or is it Pablo Cruz?
They both did it. I think they both did it. So here is the Pablo Cruz version right
Let me hear
here.
it. It might be Pablo Cruz because I love
And then
Pablo Cruz.
after that, I will play you Peter Allen, which is more
All
of a
right.
piano intro.
Let me see. All right, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's Peter Allen. I'm sorry, this is the one you're thinking of. Because it has this at the front of it.
Oh, really? Is this where it comes? I can't come to the phone right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the bottom of the pool.
Right. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Bill. This is Pablo.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I can't come to the
I
phone.
won't be able to make it today because I'm at the bottom of the pool.
Oh, okay.
Slam.
Click. Now, I got to take it up to a certain point. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll bear with me here right now on WAVA. Really excited right now because I think it gets really good. Can you give me a little more volume, Rob, on that? It would be really appreciated. WAVA! Here's your WAVA weather. Looks like it's going to be a nice weekend. Yes, sir. There's going to be snow, sun, and 80 degrees.
When my baby smiles at me, I go to
So that's actually a Peter Allen cover of
Now,
the
let
song.
me hear the Peter Allen version and see if it has the same kind of because it's the piano that I like. Din, din, din,
Well, it's
din,
very
din,
Copacabana-y, like that
Okay.
song by Manilow.
All right.
But here's more piano in the Allen version. The Boy from Oz, Mike.
din. Yeah. How you doing, everybody? It's a beautiful Monday morning. Oh man, I blew it. Oh, let's try. Give it to me again. Give it to me again. I gotta get it right. I gotta get it right.
Do you want to jingle into it?
Yeah, please. You can. Okay. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day. I got a sick kid and dogs that I had to walk today. Hey, isn't life great?
When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio.
And
Great
if you
song.
think about
Great
what
song.
it is a great song, but if you think about the station in like 1978 that would be playing "I Go to Rio" by Peter Allen, the DJ would never be able to talk about having a sick kid.
No. It would be more like, here we go. Give me another jingle, and I'll do
Okay.
Bob White.
Oh, I love
All right.
Bob White.
George Music Powered Michael.
Happy Monday. Greetings from WGAY. Peter Allen to sing for you.
When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio.
De Janeiro.
De Janeiro.
Mio mio.
You know, I always was fascinated by Rio, and I always was thinking it'd be a nice place to visit until the Olympic Games, when they talked about the inability to hold water events due to the amount of raw sewage that
They
was
said the
in
same
the bay.
thing. They said the same thing about Paris. Everyone's so picky.
Well,
One bit of raw sewage and everyone flips out.
I think when you get an Olympics, your water gets a little scrutinized.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the areas of the United States that's, for now, doing it. Count on about 10 years, probably not.
Oh yeah, sing it, sister. Mike,
Is that a beagle? Is that a beagle? That sounds like a beagle.
No, it's a
No.
weird breed. Remember?
It's a Boykin Spaniel.
A Boykin what?
Spaniel.
A Boykin Spaniel?
Yeah.
Did you have to do to get the house ready for the Boykin Spaniel? Did you have to do any extra planning? I'm sorry, I can't help it.
So is it
I
a
love that one
boinking
more than
spaniel? Boinking, but you're saying
B-O-Y.
boinking.
Like it likes to do it.
B-O-Y-K-I-N.
Oh, so
A
it doesn't
boykin.
have a G. Yeah.
Boykin.
Boykin.
Yeah, there's no G.
Does it love to screw? No comment.
Not mine.
Wasn't Rio the Olympics where Ryan Lochte faked his own mugging?
Can you show me at least, since you probably won't be able to get your dog on camera, can you show me will
Yeah,
you?
she was taken away for making all that noise.
Okay,
Oh.
she was taken away.
She's not taking the long ride, is she?
taking the long ride. Is that an expression for death?
Yeah, it is.
Being put to death? Is that like the Green Mile, taking the long ride? I think
it comes out of leaving your cell and going to the electric chair. That's
taking the long ride. All right, enough of the challenges. We have to talk about the top story of today, and that is what a lot of people are talking about. And if you haven't seen it, my apologies. I will not give any spoilers with this discussion, but there is a show from the UK. It's called Adolescence. It's on Netflix, and it's what everybody is talking about. And I'm here to tell you that I haven't seen anything quite like it. And that's, I think from a production standpoint, the way it's shot, I think the subject matter is unique as well, but I'm sure there have been other programs about youth crime. But it is, as the father of an 11-year-old, it is mighty disturbing and unbelievably well acted. Josh watched it as well, did not share my enthusiasm for the play.
But I love that you liked it because I became very close to sending a text message to you guys over the weekend to say don't waste your time.
And Carla,
wow,
let me tell you, and I think for the same reason, and you're in the same age group as Carla, I think for the same reason, you got to hang with it, right? It does.
Well,
not a lot of action, not a lot happening, right?
Well,
I mean, a lot of dialogue.
It's praised because of the way it was shot.
Right.
The 11-year-old boy, it's his first time acting, so that got a lot of praise. Yep. And Rob, the way they shot the show is every episode is one camera shot.
Yeah.
They never edit. They never cut scenes. It's one smooth camera shot.
I hate that.
I read
what
that.
What do you mean you hate that? Why?
Because it's
a gimmick.
It's a gimmick. It really is. You know, one of Hitchcock's weakest films was done with that gimmick. Rope. It's a good. If you can pull it off, it's terrific. No, but it is a gimmick. Make no mistake.
And that's what bothered me is it's a gimmick. They shot every episode like 15 times in order to get the best. Best
and
shot.
For the actors, quite a like it's kind of like doing a stage play is what I read about it doing that. But let's talk about the actors. The performances are.
It's a mini series, right? Is it like 4 episodes?
It's 4 episodes.
Okay,
it's 4-hour-long episodes.
I think the acting is amazing in it. I felt like a couple of, not all of the episodes, but most of it, I was riveted. And it just, to me, had multiple levels of tension, and it wasn't a cliche, which we have come to accept in our content. It was
almost
not a cliche.
Expect. I mean, a lot of times, especially
murder
in
normally
a murder
involves
show.
who did it, finding out who did it. Got it back and forth, trial, none of that. It is reactionary. You just see how people react to what would be next to a child, your own child dying. I don't think there would be anything worse.
I think Netflix has put a lot of energy behind this because it's on the front page of Netflix every time you open Netflix. And I just didn't like the way it was described, and even in the title card, so I went away from it. But you're saying it's worth my time, so I'll take a look.
The title card is part of what irritated me.
Why?
Because the title card sets it up as like this, did he do it, did he not do it type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I thought that going into it as well.
And the way this...
And you really don't know the end of that. You don't know that till the very end. You really don't.
No,
it's kind of like difficult.
And it's shot in, because it's one shot, it's real time. So it's you're taking this like 14-month process and you're seeing 4 hours of it.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a scene here, a scene there, a scene there.
Too. And what did you not like it primarily because it didn't move fast enough for you?
No, I didn't like it because it didn't conclude.
But it did. In my opinion.
It didn't.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I don't like the way the dad reacted on some situations with his son. I don't feel like that's.
It's interesting that you say that. That's
like on the last. I don't want to give anything away,
Yeah, don't.
But like
don't
the
spoil
phone
it.
call, on the last episode,
Right.
the dad was just silent and didn't say anything, and I would have so many questions because as a viewer, I had so many questions. So I imagine the dad would have as well.
Yeah, I think what you want in your content like this, you want all of your questions answered.
Yes.
And I that is a very normal
Especially if you've
reaction. And
invested,
I would
yeah,
love more
4
too.
hours, yeah.
Like they could have done 8 episodes and I would have been fine with
Correct.
with more. But the fact that you kind of know where it's all at the end, you know how it's ended, you know how it will end, and it's pretty clear what's going on. But
May I ask a question?
Hundreds of questions unanswered in the
As
show.
a stylistic choice, a lot of times when there is a real crime that is resolved, so-called, in real life, there are a lot of open ends. Are they doing it because
I
it's
watch
like
Dateline
real life?
all the time, more than you would ever know. It's just constant.
Oh, by the way, Mike, I'm still looking for that sound effect. It's not easy
Okay.
to find. I
Well,
will find it. I'll get it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just want you to know.
By the way, we asked Rob to generate a Dateline sound so I can just anytime there's any kind of mystery. But was he lying? Yeah, as I want to steal Bill Hader's thunder with the impression of Keith Morrison.
But it's not concluded because it's a 14-month process that you're seeing 4 hours of. And because of doing the one shot, real time, it doesn't answer a lot of questions.
So essentially, it is 4 1-hour scenes?
Yes.
I will give you, I'm not doing a
Oh.
spoiler alert when I say that there is online, and anybody that has kids, Josh and I with kids that age, have to be aware of what a movement that is called incel. And incel is short for involuntary celibacy. I read up on this.
This is the
and
Andrew Tate thing, right?
that is, I think it's Andrew Tate,
I think he started it, but then the younger kids have accepted it.
where it's being celibate because they can't get the guy. It's tapping into anger of young men, and I think the gist of it, and I think this is a good message to get out, is you have to kind of be aware of how what the program Adolescence has done is put a greater spotlight on the difficulties of online content. And you have people out there that are getting in kids' heads and talking about certain things. And there's a lot of darkness out there. There's a lot of, not that adolescence is going to answer that question or say it's at fault or anything, but that subject has come up, and it's only briefly mentioned on the show. But it made me realize that a lot of hate and ramping up hate and taking advantage of angst in young minds is done online, and it's dangerous. And that doesn't just apply to girls and boys, that and relationships. That can be racism, that can be anything. It's just it's radicalization in its purest form, and they say that's what I think they're reading a little too much into it, but I've read an awful lot about that centered around this program Adolescence.
Yeah,
It's really
I think
interesting.
the bigger problem is we're seeing all of these adult topics and adult themes that are now blended into our 11-year-old kids' lives, thanks to the internet and smartphones and everything. My mom sent me a survey that was on the news over the weekend, where it was 75% of boys between the ages of 9 and 15 are looking at porn on their devices.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And
that goes without saying.
right. And but that's just, it's such a massive number that's why we like these kids don't, like, here we have in this show a 13-year-old who's expected to be sexually active.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very strange, and it's very and we don't know really whether that's there's one episode where they deal with that a little bit with his peers and what he feels about, and it's just complicated. And it's I think the long and short of it is you got to be aware of what's going on out there. I tell you, Josh and I both parent 11-year-olds. It's tough to keep up, Josh, with the lingo
totally.
and with what comes out of their mouths and what their ideas are in their heads. It's not. I don't know how it was when your son was that age, Rob, but I find it almost overwhelming with thoughts and ideas.
Oh, yeah, you
and
can't
statements because it's happening so rapidly now.
I think to a certain extent, when you and I were kids or 11 years old, our parents could control it more.
Oh, 100%, because there wasn't the internet.
And that's what's scary, is that it's just out of control. And I saw some of it, with my kids growing. It wasn't as bad, I think, as it is now, because it was 15 years ago. But it's gotten worse, obviously. But there's just, it's like when you have to give a child the internet because that's how they do their schoolwork. That's how they do their stuff. But without limits, it's like giving them a golden door to a world of impurity. There's no way you can shelter them from it.
I know that, first of all, there are two ways to supervise this. There's technology, where you can, watch over their shoulders technologically. You can have monitors in the content and block it.
Right.
I don't know how many parents are great at that. There are three. It's a three-prong. You can literally have them do it only when you're around. That can be done that way. And then there is the ban of it, which at my kids' school, there's a program you don't get your cell phones until 8th grade. And I'm not sure what percentage of parents actually do that. There are some.
That would be like 13, right?
Yes.
13 about?
So,
Yes.
yeah. And so there's that. But it's really something. I'm not going to use the word scary because it's an overused word in our vernacular. But it is something that I think is important to pay attention to, because especially with a weaker-minded individual, things can happen. They can be moved in certain directions, and some of those moves can be dark, and you don't know. And
and you
sometimes
mentioned
you're surprised by it.
You mentioned technology and Bannon, and all that's great, but the biggest thing is just to be still involved with your kid and see what he's looking at on the internet.
I hope so.
Don't rely on technology because these kids are smarter than us. They can get around it all.
Yeah, and being a part of their lives, and I know it sounds old-fashioned, but having them out there participating in extracurricular activities and doing stuff and, getting together and going places with their friends that are fun, all that, falls into that category. I think that, idle minds where they're just, same thing that my folks would say, oh, look at those kids hanging out at the mall. What good can come of that? No, not a lot. It's a very interesting situation. So
that's why we closed down all the malls, Mike.
That's why they no longer exist.
No food court.
Why they're all turning them into indoor skate parks. /
pickleball.
What do they do with all these old malls that are going out of business? I have no idea. I'm not sure.
A lot of podcasters move in. A lot of podcasts come from malls now.
Yeah, it's a whole room full of them.
They're sponsors like the Auntie Anne podcast, Cinnabon podcast, the Cinecast.
Here you go. Yum, yum. So if you're a parent of younger kids, this will be something that will interest you. Josh didn't like it, but would you go so far as to say stay away completely, or
is there a value to it?
I thought the first episode was really good.
Mm-hmm. Carly got tired of the slow
Then I
moving.
felt like I wasted my time once I realized, it's a gimmick for cinematography.
Yeah.
But I'm in the minority. It's got a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 72% by the audience.
Can I give you the reason I liked it? The reason I really did like it?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I did like it, I didn't like the story, who would? But the acting, and from the perspective of the family, you realize that, it's so easy to judge and so easy to say this person's at fault or this person or how were they, and there's a little of that where you have a moment or two with the father and the son that might have affected him, but I don't think so. But you realize just how horrific it is when something that the parents have, once it happens, no control.
Right.
And they don't know that it was happening, and they're just as shocked as anybody, and how horrible that is. And what that, and this is, if kids were listening to me right now, I'd say, when you make a bad decision and you react to, when you make a bad decision and you do something that may be disruptive in your life, remember that other lives are so affected. It's not just the individual that loses a life in this particular circumstance, but how many lives are destroyed. And I think when you're talking about serious crime committed by people, that's what they probably, because they're narcissists a lot of the time, or they're thinking about themselves, they don't realize that it's an atomic bomb, that radioactive situation just affects so many more people than you would ever think. And I think they communicate that and what the pain is. And that last episode to me, Josh, when they are dealing with it, is just...
Is that when they go to the Home Depot?
Where they go to their version,
or whatever,
the
their
Wainwrights.
version.
Yeah. It's just terrible.
How bad are the British accents in it?
The British accents are subtitles required. The British accents are
that's what I was going to ask.
Lower class, lower class Britons, very heavy dialects, Eat your cornies. That's eating the cereal, which still is in my head for some reason.
Ooh,
Eat your cornies. So it's really something that we should be. I'd like to hear the discussion. Rob, I would take a peek. And
okay.
You're a theater guy, so the acting alone is, I think, worth checking out.
I'll take a peek, absolutely.
Adolescence, and it's the reason I didn't see the boring White Lotus last night. Any more penises in the White Lotus, guys? Any?
Let's talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, very good. We'll take a break. We will come back with the Roundtable News and more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show. And I hope I didn't depress you too much, and I burped.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody. All right, this podcast, is brought to you by Soul. In the words of Kenny Nolan, I like dreaming, because dreaming can make you mine. But what if you just can't dream? Stupid copy.
Great copy.
But what if you can't dream?
Yeah, what if that?
No sweat. This podcast sponsored by Soul. The team at Soul just launched their new out-of-office nightcap gummies. They're similar to their world-famous sleep gummies, but nightcap gummies have 3 milligrams of THC for people who require just a little something stronger.
A little more.
To go to sleep. That's why we need that thing. Is it getting the all you have to do is go on the cable TV and grab yourself the intro to the and you have to find the one with.
Is it part of the intro or is it?
Yes,
part
it's when they come back from commercial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's always when they say coming up, which they do 1 million times on Dateline,
yes.
And then they come back with that, and it's not always the same one.
No,
but the one that I like, Carla played it for you.
Yeah,
when she
I've got
sent
it on
you that
my.
thing.
Got it on
That's
my
all
phone,
you have to do.
Okay.
THC and melatonin in Soul's nightcap gummies work together to promote deep restorative sleep. How? Well, THC helps you go to sleep faster and stay asleep longer. The melatonin signals your body that it's time to sleep. And Soul's out-of-office nightcap gummies also contain CBN and CBD.
Love CBD.
So you sleep deeply and wake up without feeling groggy. And, of course, Soul obviously made them absolutely delicious. The blueberry lemonade, crikey. Eat your cornies. Plus,
how would Brian Butterfield say CBD when he's talking about the ingredients?
Would you like to fall asleep quicker? One of the reasons, THC and CBD. Crack open a cold, out-of-office sparkling beverage if you want to treat yourself to a beverage.
Good. Had one yesterday.
Delicious, relaxing. Be like Rob. Subscribe to these magic candies. So hit snooze on crappy sleep and prepare for a great night. Go to getsoul.com and use code TMOS for 30% off your order. That is 30% off your order using code TMOS. Getsoul.com, code TMOS. To sleep Perhaps to dream.
How's your tummy?
Fine.
Really? Never better?
No, how many of these do you knock out in a show, right? It's
Yeah,
no
but
big
in
deal.
not with that kind of speed.
No, not with that kind of speed. It's it's nothing but a thing. It's doing fine. I still think that the Sprite Challenge, if you decide to do it tomorrow,
Yes.
And not required, but I'd sure like to watch it,
Yeah.
will be better with a sugar soda, which will
Okay.
make it more pleasant for you as well, because
Sure.
you don't
I don't like the diet sodas.
drink diet soda.
And try it outside your garage door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can walk in and smash my head.
I'll just
on
run
that.
into my wall.
Stifler's mom may have been the ultimate MILF, but Jennifer Coolidge says she gets more real-life action from The White Lotus than she did from American Pie. Now, this is last season, not this season.
Well, yeah, because she's dead this year.
Now, my son is sick, so I'm not going to bring him into the show today, but he would do his
Coolidge, yeah.
He would here's her quote, even though I play a complete weirdo in White Lotus, cute guys come up to me. This is far better than American Pie because people were really sad about Tanya falling off a boat.
Can
one
I
of
try?
one of the best death scenes you'll see in a television show.
May
What
I
happened?
try my Jennifer Coolidge? Just I know because your
Yes,
son's
go
in it.
ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, I'd sure like a hot dog.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I felt like I was watching her.
Well, I learned it at your camp.
She adds, quote, look.
No.
I got a lot of benefits out of Stifler's mom. Believe me, they might be over now, but once in a while you still get a Stifler's mom thing. Stifler's
Well, that was
mom
like
is
30 years ago.
30 years ago. It's crazy. Any Deadheads? Are you guys, do you like the Dead? Are you a Dead fan? Grateful Dead?
I have their greatest hits. I like the charting records, but I could never go to a concert. of it. You hate that song. Touch of Grey.
Sounds like Bob Weir picked the right name for the band all those years ago because he's going to be grateful when he's dead. He says, quote, this is his quote, I look forward to dying. I tend to think of death as the last and best reward for a life well lived. That's it. I've still got a lot on my plate, and I won't be ready to go for a while. Bob is 77 years old, and he's seen several of his bandmates die. The saddest might have been Jerry Garcia, who only lived 53 years. Bob says, quote, there was a lot that Jerry had to offer that he didn't get to offer. I've talked about my mom in the last couple of weeks because it's the anniversary of her passing, and she sort of said the same thing. She said, I don't know if there's going to be a heaven, but I think it'll be beautiful. What a great attitude to have, and I think that I don't know. When I get closer to the end, I think I might feel the same way. I feel that already. And at 65, when you start thinking about that more often, I think that at the end, I don't think it'll be a fear thing. I think it'll be okay.
We'll
It's
check
been
with
cool.
you on the bonus show this week as
Well,
you
and
get
that-
closer to death.
Check with me if we're all together 5 years from now, and I'm going, no!
that comes up in the White Lotus this week as well.
A little mortality stuff, huh? That's
Yeah.
good. I like that. All right.
Death will be okay. My shoulder will stop hurting then.
There you go. Yeah. Aches and pains go away. Elton John has advice for up-and-coming musicians, and I agree with it. It emphasizes reality over reality TV. I am all for him. In other words, avoid those talent competitions like American Idol and start gigging.
Yeah.
Amen. Good for the band, good for the people that want live music, good for bars,
Dave
good
Grohl
for everything.
said this years ago. He said the reason that there's a problem with music now is no one has time to go out and suck.
Absolutely.
You need to go out and be sucky and learn your craft.
And you have to go out and give people something. And you never know. And imagine people that got a chance to see some of these bands when they were in their infancy. Elton says, obviously when Elton was coming up, that's how musicians made it. And he still thinks it's the key. He says, that experience stood me in great stead for when I became Elton John because I had backbone. And backbone is so important. He's right. When you're on a stage, you need confidence. You need to stand up there and own it.
You've never seen an unconfident person stand on stage dressed as Donald Duck.
Yes, exactly.
Which is what Elton John did.
Yeah, maybe some of the medications were involved in it.
I don't know about that.
He says the worst thing that can happen to you in the industry are things like X Factor and instant fame on television. Because there's so few examples of the crushy. How many Carrie Underwoods are there for the people that are never heard from again?
For every Carrie Underwood, there's a Justin Guarini.
The X Factor, instant fame, not good, where you have no experience of playing live. You get put on a stage, you go and you You can't do it. That's the worst thing. American Idol, just the worst. Take risks. Go play in a pub. That's what Elton
I don't
said.
want to. I don't want to be, so suspicious all the time. But it was announced over the weekend that in 2 weeks, Elton John will be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. I think it's his first time musical guesting on Saturday Night Live, and he's sharing it with Brandi Carlile because they work together now. But I think what we're going to see is over the next 2 weeks, Elton being very opinionated because he's coming up on Saturday Night Live.
Do you really think that when you're do you really think that Elton would be, like Lorne calls Elton and says, say some interesting quotes, get in the paper, get the publicist, or could it be this the publicist machine taking a quote from years before?
I'm not telling you what to do, Elton. I'm just saying.
It would be really good if you said a few things provocative.
No, I bet it is part of the. I bet it's part of the NBC publicity machine. It's probably in place.
I think there's something bigger going on, because I feel like you go on SNL. A guy like Elton John only goes on SNL if he has something to promote.
He's done touring, right?
Yeah, I think he's stopped touring a few times now.
Might come back, maybe an hour.
Could be.
And what does he do when you say he's working with Brandi Carlile?
They did a duet, I believe, this year, but she's tremendous.
Will he be in sketches, do you think?
Oh, I'd love that.
Wouldn't that be
no
great?
Way.
Yeah, but I don't see it happening,
no
but
way.
I'd love it.
Oh,
because he's funny. He's a very funny man.
Well, you love Saturday Night Live still.
Yeah.
You've been a loyalist for a long time. Keep your eyes open for whether that happens. Yeah, Josh, you were going to
Well, I was going to say he did do some comedy. Is it the Kingsman movie he was in?
Yeah,
with Colin Firth?
Yeah.
Right. So he does have some acting.
Maybe they could bring back Elton John as Head Wound Harry. Massive
I
Head
love
Wound
the
Harry.
idea of him being in sketches. Then I'm all in. That would be fun. I would
because
like to see that.
Of all the rock and rollers, I think that Mick Jagger is great in sketches, and I think he enjoys doing them.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm sure that with Elton's sense of humor, he'd do good in a sketch. But
He has
we'll
a
just
great
have to
sense
see.
of humor,
Yeah, we
right?
just have to see. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
I hadn't thought of that. That's exciting.
That's very, very. Has he never been on before? Ever?
I don't think he has. I don't think he has, because I didn't see him in the 50th music special.
Okay.
And I imagine they would have promoted that. Yeah.
A new study found that there might be. This is interesting. Way more people on Earth than we thought. According to the UN, we officially crossed the 8 billion mark in November 2022. I know, because it's season down here in Florida.
They're all there, aren't they?
They're all on Route 75. But researchers in Finland think that estimate is off. Now, I don't know why it's Finland, where there aren't a lot of people, but the system that is used to track, according to researchers in Finland, the system that they use to track population is flawed. They looked at data from 35 countries, and they think the number of people living in rural communities is undercounted. They didn't. There's Charlie.
He thinks it's funny because he runs, Mike, you don't know this about Charlie, but he used to be the census taker in Finland.
Charlie was?
Yes, he was.
Hey, you missed one. Who did you miss?
Hey, everybody, this is Eva McIntyre.
Well, that's 8,000,001 right there. 8 billion.
They didn't give a number. They didn't say what they think the global population really is, but they think the populations in those areas might be undercounted by 53 to 84%. Yummy! You're getting a little click every time you hit that. Mine does it too.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the magic of the iPad technology. Other population experts disagree and think their study was flawed. Their study was flawed. The Finns.
Yeah.
But if they're right, it could mean there are billions more people on Earth than we thought originally.
This is why my supermarket is always running out of milk. Because they don't know how many people there are out there, and they're underbuying. Come on, guys.
When you're
Does it matter?
Does it really matter?
It doesn't.
By the way, a senior moment, just to digress for a second here. I didn't mention this last week. Suddenly, in our refrigerators, we moved one into the garage years ago.
Right.
I have purchased way more almond milk and way more regular 2% milk than required, and and there were two other foodstuffs that I purchased that we have too much of, and one of them is Kirkland frozen pizzas.
Oh, you can use those.
Yeah,
Well,
you can never have too many.
Yeah, that's true. And
12 minutes at 450, Mike, and you are
fantastic.
good to go. You
I
are
love
good
it.
to go.
It's a good so I did that, and I wonder whether it's like the senior moment. And,
No, just
and all
my
that.
father is like that. He always buys ketchup, whether he needs it or not.
You talked about that, where
He
got
does.
too much ketchup.
But you know what? He always tends to stay ahead of it. But you can pour your almond milk away because no one wants that.
Well, it doesn't match up with the cereal that's in the house because Mrs. O'Mara kind of went on a cereal ban.
Yeah.
And so I am almost out of my, what the hell is it?
Your cornies?
No, it's not my
Mike,
cornies.
eat your cornies. Come
Your
on.
corn- Remember that when he says that to me? Eat your cornies. Yeah. And by the way, presents, when they open up Prezzies. Prezzies will open up. They do a lot of that, apparently. In,
There
the
used to
UK.
be a gift store called Prezzies. I hated
Prezzies.
that name, yeah, because they're presents.
What is it? Honey bunches of oats.
Oh, that's your deal now? Is that
well,
your jam?
No, that's not my deal now. It's just the cereal that we have the last bit of, and then a few of the Special K with Crunch Berries or whatever with the fake
It's the ones that are
strawberries.
acceptable.
It's those are the last cereals, and they're getting low too. We have Carla has boycotted. I wasn't quite sure what cereals would be left in the pantry when I walked over there.
Still a great joke.
I saw that there were 3 or 4 Special K with strawberries, but I didn't realize there were Honey Nuts and Oats in the back cabinet. So the question was, with all that milk in the house, what was I going to do with it?
I got it,
anyway.
Mike. Do you have eggs?
Yeah, I think we have a couple.
Then you get into that kitchen and you make yourself a custard.
Shut up.
You know what? You might even be able to burn some of your almond milk in a custard.
I don't want a custard. I don't like custard.
Brulee it. You'll be happy. People
Brulee
think
it.
you'll think you're a hero.
Finally today, if you are trying to lose weight for beach season, you might want to go back to your roots. A nutritionist, and she made a name for herself, Nicolette Pace, is going viral for this diet advice. Try eating like a baby. She doesn't mean to eat baby food or drink formula. It's all about how babies eat.
Or, God forbid, call their mother.
And it's about how they eat and how they don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the 3 things you need to do. Eat every 2 to 4 hours. You've heard that before on other diet programs.
Sure, grazing.
They obviously have to be smaller meals, and you can't just eat whatever you want. Normal, healthy eating rules still apply. Go heavy on fruits, veggies, and whole grains, and in general, avoid meat. I love meat, though.
I do, too.
I really do. I like pork. I like chicken. I like beef.
Veal.
I really like beef. Went to
Lamb.
Mel's over the weekend. I had steak and eggs for breakfast.
Oh, God, that's great.
Mel's
So
has
good.
a 12-ounce steak and egg special that they offer. A real steak. They put a real steak on the plate.
Well,
for
because
breakfast.
steak is cheap now next to eggs.
Take your
Can you
time.
bring your own milk?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I had coffee, black coffee, and then I couldn't stand eating my steak and eggs with just black coffee, so I got a Diet Coke. Because
You should have gotten a Sprite.
And then I got home earlier, and they said if you drink a lot of that stuff, you'll have a stroke. So, bring me another plate. Take your time is the advice number 2. Eating slowly gives your brain time to register the fact that you're feeling full. So go slow and chew every bite. Babies usually feed for 15 to 30 minutes. Oh, I can knock out a meal in 15 minutes. Easy.
Sure,
Easy peasy.
Are
And
you a fast eater?
Yes.
Carrie's a fast eater.
Even though, did Carrie come from a large family?
No.
Okay, usually a large family
Yeah, I
means
think
you're
it's a large family.
You're eating fast because you
that's
want to
true.
get all the
That's
good
true.
stuff before
Yeah.
somebody else does. Number 3, avoid mindless munching. Oh, I did a lot of that when I was getting fat. Babies don't do it because they can't. For adults, it takes willpower. But just pay closer attention to why you're eating. Are you actually hungry or just bored? These all seem to adhere to certain nutritional rules as well. And then I added number 4 because she left out also vomit randomly, poop your pants,
Yes.
and cry loudly whenever you want something, especially the teat. There it is. The teat. You want to be on the teat. On the teat. That is
Mike,
right
you
on
want
the
to
teat.
cry loudly
Yes.
if you want to be on the teat.
Absolutely. Oh, Mike's hungry.
You have to finish it without burping.
Finish it. You cannot eat pizza. We'll be right back, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, I got something I want to tell you about. I'm very excited about this. It's official. I got all the makings of a Santa Claus beard. It's white. I haven't done it yet, as you can tell.
Right.
Might do it, might not. Rob is like, not going to do it. So he's like writing copy that almost forces me to do it. And
Well,
I
Mike,
want
to be-
Rob to do it because
Then-
Rob's younger than I am.
I will. The thing is I keep my
Look
beard
at how
very
Snow
short.
White your beard is.
Would you listen? I am growing my hair out so you can see. I normally keep my beard real short so you can't tell it's gray. So I'm growing it before I color it so you'll have something to see.
I'm doing the same.
You two
Same
are?
idea. Yeah,
All
grow it
right.
out, and then the grays show up more, so I'm going to do it this week.
All right. Rob's got all the makings of a Santa Claus beard. The beard on Rob's chin is as white as snow. Ho, ho, ho. Hold on a second. Rob wants to cover the gray up, but home hair dye kits are a mess, and
That's
the
true.
salon is a hassle. So Rob and Josh want to keep it simple. Simpler Hair Color has a full variety of shades to match any guy's hair and beard. With Simpler Hair Color, there's no need to buy a separate hair, beard, and touch-up product. A single can has you covered for all of them. Plus, one can of Simpler Hair Color provides as many uses as up to 4 boxes of drugstore hair dye. Simpler Hair Color was started by Snehal Patel and Mitch Brown. They endured the mess of home dye kits and the harsh ingredients of salons for years that kind of irritate your skin. So they developed their own hair dye formula for men. The choice is simple. Simpler Hair Color offers gentler ingredients, a cleaner application, and unlike other companies, there's no waste. That's why their mission is to become the #1 men's hair and beard dyeing brand. Plus, Simpler Hair Color offers free shipping and free returns, so you can try Simpler Hair Color risk-free. Say goodbye to grays the easy way with Simpler Hair Color. Head to simplerhaircolor.com/TMOS and use code TMOS for 10% off, people. That's amazing. 10% off.
Yeah.
That is quite a deal. So use that promo code so they know that we sent you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Simpler Hair Color. I don't want to monopolize the conversation today, but I did have to share a rather significant story over the weekend with Mrs. O'Mara. Now, I've been talking about my irresponsible desire to have an automobile wrapped. That ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I don't have the
You
money.
just touched on it. I didn't think
It's
you really.
frivolous.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I'd love if money was no object, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. But it's just
Well-
it is the definition of a frivolous expense.
You need a reason to do it. Someone's
need a
got to
reason.
key your car or some big scratches.
Yeah,
Run
there's
into
been
a
a
post.
Suggestion, Josh.
There's been a lovely run of crime up here in Washington, D.C., where Teslas are getting swastikas keyed into them.
Yeah.
So if someone were to key a swastika into your car,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're very angry up here.
Just put a I love Elon Musk sticker on the car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
the
give it a week.
Teslas.
Yeah.
Tesla's being abused. By the way, that regardless of your politics, that's dumbass crap. And I don't believe in abusing
Especially since that
people's-
camera has like 20 cameras on that car.
Yeah,
so they
and
see 'em.
especially
Well,
since
see
if
then
you
when Josh says that, now I kind of like don't mind it as much.
Well,
I'm
if you
just joking.
key
I'm just
key
joking.
one of those Teslas, the side comes off because they used bad glue.
You got to
Just
put it
peel
back.
it off.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, say what you will about anything. I don't want to hear about a car having trouble because of glue. It's not 1910 anymore.
Thank you.
The thing should be bolted.
I agree.
You're not
I
gluing
agree.
anything on.
Rob, the book that I'm going to write
Yes.
is going to be entitled The Last Import because I'm driving my last import. The last
Really?
great car.
Yeah.
My car is electric and
Boogie,
it's,
woogie, woogie.
It's fancy boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. In my humble opinion, the fanciest technology and the best technology, and it's in a lot of different cars, not just imports, is called driver assist.
Yes.
And it's cruise control on steroids.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday...
Your car has this?
Yeah. And we were at a party on Saturday night. Michael stayed with his grandma, and we went and picked him up.
Yeah.
We used to fill his pills with sugar.
We took and filled his pills.
Filled his pills with sugar.
Marty Lackert.
we drive down about 25 minutes, enough to do highway driving. We take the old route to go get him. And then on the way back, why did I want to get home sooner? Oh, I know. I had urgency. So I said, take the highway, take the super highway, take Route 75.
Fecal urgency will color any decision.
Carla hates to drive with me. She thinks I'm a horrible driver. She thinks I have very significant mood swings when I drive, and I'm not prepared to disagree
She mostly
with her.
drives, doesn't she?
When we're in the car together, she wants to drive. Yeah. I don't like it, especially when we're going to a party where there's some of my mates that are going to be there, because I don't like getting out of the car like a 90-year-old man with Carla driving, because I think it highlights the age difference. So I like to drive my own car, and I don't think I'm a bad driver. All right? So there.
I would say you're affected by your surroundings, but as a rule, that doesn't compromise safety.
It doesn't. And I
haven't seen you do too many crazy things.
I have not, and I haven't certainly. But I am wary of that particular road because, I got in that horrible wreck where I totaled my car, and it was terrifying. It really was, because when you're, those last split seconds before you make impact and it's coming, there's nothing, you do see your life flash in front of you. You are terrified, and I don't like 75, even though the convenience of it dictates that I use it on a regular basis.
When your life flashed before your eyes, was I in it?
No.
God, that sucks.
So anyway, I am on 75 coming back from Grandma's house, and I got the youngin', and Carla's driving, and it's...
Does Michael have a favorite driver of his parents?
Oh, yeah. Carla.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, not even close.
I thought you'd be so much more fun to drive with.
Michael! He's sick today.
No, he's sick. Don't bother a sick boy.
Michael, come here for a second. I'll have him do it nice and loud. Michael!
You want to go check on him?
I'm not. No, I hear him stirring.
I'm sure.
All right, you don't have to come on camera, but I want you to say nice and loud. Between the two of us. Nice and loud. Who's the better driver, me or Mommy? No, don't come in front of the camera.
You're killing
nice
him.
and loud. Are you not? Why are you covering your mouth? You all right? Yeah, he's not. He's legit today. Mommy or Daddy? Better. Who do you like to drive with more, Mommy or Daddy? Yeah, who do you? It's fine if you want to say grin. Who do you feel safer with? Nice and loud so they can hear you. Mom. Thank you. Go back to sleep.
There you go.
Thanks. Love you. Thank you very much, pal. My auto drive. Okay. Don't
go to bed. Go to bed and cover your mouth.
Don't jump to the show. So
I thought when he came in with his mouth covered, he was going to say his favorite driver was Ralph.
Ralph. No, not that kind of sick. Headache.
Okay, good.
Here's the deal. We're driving on the highway. It's reasonably trafficy, but not too bad. And I said, this is a perfect time to show Carla, who has shown a great deal of resistance to the Assist Plus feature in the car, to show her how it works. Now, the way it works, if you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic and you set your cruise control on 65, and then it comes on with a white letters that say Assist Plus, and you take your hands off the wheel, then it turns green, and your car is driving itself.
Yeah.
It's a self-driving feature with assist.
But you're supposed to put your hands back on the wheel, right?
Yeah, because mine will yell at me if I keep my hands off the wheel.
This is different.
The Teslas don't let you let go.
What's that?
The Teslas, you have to keep your hand on the steering wheel.
This one, if you keep your eyes forward, it'll ding you if you're not paying attention. So all you have to do is pay attention. So
just keep them open.
And Carla's like, I don't want to do that. I said, honey, just do it.
Honey?
Just try it.
Yeah.
And we start cruising along, and we're going at a high rate of speed to keep up with traffic, probably north of 70, because that's the speed limit on that super slab. That's what it is. And it's going great. And then I start giving her the story. I said, and you set it at like 70, but it will go down to stopping with traffic and it'll stop when traffic stops. And
are you allowed to adjust the amount of car lengths between you? Okay, yeah, because I have
different
that as well.
settings.
Yeah, that's neat. I like
that.
But
you are, if you do a longer setting between cars, you're more likely to get cut off.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
I don't do that. That comes into play here.
Oh.
So we are cruising along, and I believe that Mrs. O'Mara is starting to get the hang of it. And then ladies and gentlemen, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that the relatively heavy traffic went from 75 to full stop in an instant. And I thought we were in trouble. Yeah, I'm talking left lane, swerve into the emergency lane, the far left lane over to the emergency lane. Everybody did it. It was some
while it's
ass
going down,
hat.
Mike.
Yeah,
I got to know while that's going down.
right.
Your first thought is there's some danger at play because of bad driving. Is any
Right.
of it? I shouldn't have told Carla to put on driver assist because now I'm going to get blamed.
100%.
Okay, all right. So that's
I'm like,
really where you're worried.
Because after we, life, limb, and property was established to be fine,
yes,
the next reaction was, really, Robin, you know me, the next reaction was, perfect. And I'm used to bumper traffic all the time. I know how this was worse than any stop. And by the way, you've seen them. They've had viral videos. Sometimes it's like with fog. All right.
Yeah.
This was some dumb hump that just locked up their brakes because they saw what ended up being far ahead an emergency vehicle on the side with two cars, perhaps a little fender bender. And I'm talking dead stop from dead stop. And how there was not anybody that collided, I'm amazed at that.
I know it was, Mike. It's because Florida has the safest drivers.
Super safe. Super safe.
You're safer on the road in Florida than you are in your own home, and that's a truth fact.
Now, here is what was never determined, because as soon as she saw this, she laid on the brake. We were never able to determine, and I wouldn't do it myself either. But the question is, do you think at that rate of speed the Assist Plus would work? I would pose this theory that it may work even better because of the machine taking over. But
I agree.
We didn't find out because Carla, oh my God, and, all over to the left and avoiding. And she did a good job of it, actually.
Well, trust issues.
Yeah.
Well,
Josh, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I agree. I think it would work. I just don't know if any of us are in a position where we would trust it.
I don't think anybody could. It's almost impossible with the backup that we saw. And then within maybe less than 30 seconds, it starts up again and goes back up to practically speed.
Because it was just one guy.
And then a mile later, we see the emergency vehicles. But, I mean, it's just
I would trust
here.
that assistant, because when I would feel the car breaking up, what I would do is I'd cover my face.
Breaking up? Do you mean breaking up or the car braking?
The car braking.
Breaking up and braking, two completely different phrases.
When the car began to brake, I would cover my face with my hands and just scream.
No, it would be a woman's
Woo!
That's the kind of woo. And then you'd hear what you always hear when your light flashes.
Hey, everybody, this is Reba McEntire.
It's really like she's my guardian angel, Mike.
Absolutely.
Miss Reba's already there.
Miss Reba. We got to take a break. We will come back.
I'm glad you're safe, Mike.
Yes.
You cheated death again. And did you get home in time?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And, it was delightful.
Good.
Nothing like your own toilet.
Surprised the break-in didn't take care of that for you.
Oh, my.
Could have. I was heart rate was up a little
Hotch
bit.
guard.
Hey, new logo for the oyster shuckers or whatever the hell it is. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, don't just drink coffee, experience it.
Yes.
We all know I had 2 wonderful cups of it today. We all know that you gotta have your coffee. So we want to give you the best. Have a nice fresh cup of Charlie. Charlie's Choice.
Oh, Charlie's Choice is my favorite.
Is available in whole bean or fresh ground. Get a one-time order or save money with a subscription and get our exclusive Charlie's Choice blend.
Charlie's Choice!
Delivered right to your door. This premium medium roasted blend combines the finest beans from Brazil and Guatemala. I go to Rio
de Janeiro.
Delivers a rich and balanced cup. That's the important part, balance. It's so smooth. Smooth caramel, deep cocoa, sweet honey tasting notes. And now, Rob will give you a honey tasting note. It's crafted in small batches and roasted to order in St. Augustine, Florida, just down the road from Josh Soroka's domicile. Every bag is fresh and full of flavor because great coffee should never be a gamble. Each package is marked with its roast date, so you know you're getting the freshest brew possible. So support small business and enjoy a cup of Charlie. Hey, Josh, I've never asked Thank you, Charlie's Choice. I have to ask you this question. The roasting process is what mellows it, right? It gives it that nice mellowness when you get a cup of coffee. This coffee is spectacular.
I assume so. Because that's what the roasting is, the magic behind it.
We're going to get the guy on at a certain point. He's a little shy, but maybe
we'll
maybe
get
we
him
can
on.
get him on.
They use a process, Mike, on our coffee, which is known as the Dean Martin roast, in which they insult every bean, and it makes them taste better.
Thank you. Get a cup of Charlie. Perfect combination. TMOS coffee in your TMOS
Choice.
coffee mug while listening to TMOS. It's heaven. Get yours at the TMOS store at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Start your day right with Charlie's Choice.
Charlie's Choice.
Because it's good to the last sip.
It's good to the last sip.
Cup of
Yummy.
Charlie. It tastes good. Thank you very much.
Cuppa.
All right, what are you?
I bet they use the phrase cuppa in adolescence. That's a British
you want a
thing.
cuppa?
You want a cuppa with your cornies?
There you go. Have some cornies and cuppa. All right, you two derelicts were laughing about some logo when I joined you this morning, and I was fascinated because I love minor league logos. I love minor league teams.
This is a great one, and I think you're going to
For
enjoy
a
it.
great one.
I think, Mike, that's the real one, right?
Here's the logo. But the problem is, this is the Chesapeake Bay Sox.
Right.
And minor league baseball likes to do things where for 1 or 2 weeks a year, they wear alternative jerseys, chance to sell more merch and everything.
Okay.
Now, sometimes logos, you would see them, and they may, like, for example, if you look at the FedEx logo, you see a FedEx logo, but you don't know there's an arrow hidden in the FedEx logo. It's between the E and the X, and it's an arrow. If you've never looked for it, you'll never not see it again. A little subliminal message of movement because there's an arrow in the logo. Do you think there is a subliminal message in this logo for the oyster catchers?
Oh, my God. Yeah, but it's upside down.
Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily.
Yeah, Rob. Yes, it is.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, oh God, I don't want.
But
to get
anyway,
into this discussion with
I don't
you.
want to. I don't want to get into this discussion with you either. But I know
Christ.
Josh has some input on it.
Well, they got.
I was all in.
Well, which is the logo?
They're
the
both.
bird?
Teams have multiple logos because
Sure.
they have a patch on the shirt or on the hat.
Yeah, but I mean,
So-
the first question I would have, it's still the Bay Sox, right?
Well, it is the Chesapeake Bay Sox, and like I said, the minor league teams they do for 1 week a year, one weekend they'll do an alternate. And all the minor league teams do this.
So this
last
is
year,
like when the Red Sox wear their green hats.
right? Like last year, they were the Bowie pit beef for a weekend.
So let me ask this question:
Yum.
Is there such a thing as an oyster catcher bird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah, and that's what this is a drawing of.
Go ahead.
No, I pulled up this one, which shows both logos.
Oh, beautiful.
That way we can
Beautiful.
see that is what the oyster catcher bird looks like. It's
That's
an
really
American
what it
oyster
looks like.
catcher.
And then
Yes.
there is a vagina in a catcher's mitt.
Which do you prefer, Mike?
Well, if you're I just made the connection that
it's
okay.
it's
I
catching
wasn't
an oyster.
when I saw that logo, I wasn't even thinking oyster or erster.
What were you thinking?
Well, the naughty part right away. Can you show the catcher's mitt again one more time so we can
Sure,
analyze it?
just the mitt. There we go. Yeah. Go ahead, Josh. We're fighting.
both
I'm sorry.
pressing the
There we go.
button.
Here we go. So what it is for people that are listening to it in an audio format is a catcher's mitt that is sort of the largest image, and the catcher's mitt is holding what appears to be a shucked oyster in half.
And the baseball is actually supposed to be a pearl.
Yes.
Yeah, it's at the very tip of the oyster. I don't know if that's where the pearls grow in an oyster.
I don't either, but I don't know. I think this is it's tough to button up this discussion.
Here's what the actual bird looks like.
Oh, he's walking. Look at him. He's strutting. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So
A lot of guys are having trouble when they see the logo, Mike. They can't find the baseball.
Well, they have
Obviously,
gotten,
you can't. Thinking that was right side up, that's for sure.
They have
Well,
gotten
Mike,
rid
it
of,
depends. It truly depends.
No, it doesn't depend, Rob. It's always top. Come on now.
That's
Come
what
on,
I'm saying.
Stop arguing. Stop talking
Mike,
about it. I don't want to argue.
listen.
Shut your mouth, please. You are a blabbermouth.
You can't
please.
say this and then shut
Don't.
me down. You said it's always on the top. It's on.
Are a blabbermouth.
All I'm saying is that this logo for this fine team.
If there was any way
The
to
ball
take
is
that
on the
logo
top.
and but the ball is I'm talking. Don't get. This is what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do this, but if you're able to invert that logo, which
Yeah.
is probably quite a challenge, that I would like to see that. If, for example, the catcher was grabbing the baseball out of the dirt and went
Well, that's a
side-hand,
different
you know.
logo altogether.
Look at Josh. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's trying to.
Well, I
Are you
was gonna
trying
let
to
you know.
invert it?
I mean, I can. I don't have that image, so I can invert one of the others.
Okay, that's
believe.
fine. It's well and good.
Make it
But,
upside down.
Yeah, I'm more.
Yeah, sort of like, can you
One
make
moment.
it face down?
So I will say they are no longer using the glove logo.
Oh, really? Did it get a lot of? Did it get a little blowback?
It went viral for them, and they are donating some of their 10% of their merch towards women cancer research or something.
Okay, so they
That's
actually they fixed that logo lickety split, right? I'm sorry.
Now-
I'm terrible.
Does,
that is
Oyster
tar-
Card.
no,
Does
but
this look
then-
better for you?
There you go. There it is.
That's also, yeah, I can see that.
There you go. All right, you see my point, Rob? Now
Yeah.
you get it. You feel me? That's kind of
Now, they're using that logo for what, like just 4 days a month?
Oh,
I think
stop!
a couple-
All right,
a
all right.
few
He
weekends.
can't. He can't do it. He
It's
can't
that
do
line.
it, Josh. He can't. He
Oh,
can't.
I guess
handle
I
it.
should put one in the jar then?
No, you can't. Put it in the jar. Mouth. Thank you. We're taking a break.
Well, no,
He
you have to
ruined it.
Wait for
He
the jar.
ruined it.
And Mike, I ruin everything.
There you
That's-
go. Come on
Hold
now.
it.
You do.
Everyone, a moment of silence.
All right.
There
Thank
go.
you.
Now we go to break.
All right, let's go to break.
I'm a
Do you
one
have
man.
video for us?
Nah, I have disgusting video for you.
Oh, good. I look forward to that. Hope it doesn't involve oysters.
All of the
we will-
video is upside down today.
All of the video. Very nice. Thank you, Rob. We will take a break, and we will come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Thank you,
Rob. You know.
You know.
All right, come on now. What are you doing to me? What are you doing? I'm trying to get the copy. I can't get the
Mike,
copy.
you can talk to from your heart. Why is it that you look so good? Why are you so thin?
I
mean-
so is this a Derm Glow ad that we're
It
doing
is.
here?
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Now I can get it. All right, Derm Glow. Yes, we love Derm Glow. Thank you, Carla. Carla's company, by the way, which
Yeah.
is, really, she puts her heart and soul into it. And, I have also been corrected that when I talk about the medication I've actually been on, I have been mispronouncing it. I have been pronouncing it as terzepatide, when in fact a listener with ADD was nice to admit they have ADD and inform me that it's terzepatide, and terzepatide is what it's used.
Okay.
And semaglutide or terzepatide might just be the game changer you've been looking for. And the best part, no BMI requirement for it. Whether you are just looking to fine-tune your weight loss or break through a plateau, Carla O'Mara, my spouse, has you covered. You see at dermglowskin.com, it's a simple process. Take the quick quiz online, get doctor approval, and then have your treatment shipped straight to your door. No long appointments, no waiting rooms, just results. Plus, payment plans are available, so reaching your goals has never been more accessible. Why wait? Get started today at dermglowskin.com and take the first step toward the body you want. Carla's inbox always open. Email her today. Sure, why not? Feels good. Terzepatide. Terzepatide.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Cherry time.
Oh, Mike, happy sounds.
Have you ever heard a happier sound? WWDC. It's in the air all around
Wow.
the town. WWDC.
Great.
That's
Come
hard.
along, sing a song. You'll find it'll work for you. In Washington, it's the thing to do. Listen to WWDC.
It's terrible.
I know. Sometimes the letters fit, sometimes they don't. Mike, we actually spoke briefly to the owner of the Oyster Catchers about the whole logo thing. He said this.
I never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight.
There he is.
There he is.
Thank you. Thank you, young man.
Are you familiar with a Canadian golfer, a young fella named Adam Hadwin?
Yes, very much. Very successful, along with the other big guy would be from the Great White North would probably be Corey Connors.
So you root against them both equally?
No, I like the Canadian victories. I am a Canada supporter. I think it's horrible what we're doing to Canada right now.
I think it's horrible till they attack, and then we'll see.
Yes.
Then
what about
we'll
Hadwin,
see.
though?
Hadwin, this comes from a listener, Josh Sroka, who gets the $6 this week for sending this clip around. Adam Hadwin has a bit of a temper.
Yes.
And he banged his club on the, he had a bad shot and he banged his club on the fairway. This is what happened next. He started the sprinkler system and he's standing in it.
That is so embarrassing. Oh my God.
But I like that he owns it. He's still standing in the sprinkler.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Still in it.
Well, he's trying to shut it off.
I feel for him. Oh, wow. That means he broke the sprinkler head so badly. Oh, my God. I can't think of any. I can relate for somebody that gets frustrated out on the. Can I see that one more time?
Sure,
this is so embarrassing. Wow.
It's obviously the 10th hole, as we can see the Valspar sponsor.
It looks to be a lofted club, so he's close to the green. Listen to people.
Does he doesn't have the reputation where people would root against him, does he?
No, it's just a terrible. Nobody likes to look. If people, as someone who may have recently had a little problem with the golf club,
yes,
the reaction is always the same. It's
I don't know.
Not a baseball club, a golf club. The reaction is always the same. It's a level. It's fascination, a little Schadenfreude, and a lot of discomfort.
Sure.
So that's what you bring upon yourself.
You know what it is, Mike?
when you do that.
It's cringe.
Yeah, and he might get a fine if he does that. I'm not sure.
You have to pay that in loonies.
Yes, loonies, wet, damp loonies.
Mike, speaking of the sprinkler, they could have used that sprinkler at Disney over the weekend when a freezer in the French village in Epcot caught on
start
fire.
again. Start. What happened?
Okay,
what happened?
A freezer at Disney, the Magic Kingdom, a freezer in the French Village at Epcot Center caught on fire. Imagine that you're at the happiest place on earth and you see this. It's a lot of smoke for a theme park.
Right there.
Please keep moving either direction. Either way, please.
Oh, shut up.
No one was injured, Mike. No one was injured. One ride had to be closed and 2 people threw up in a trash can.
Was that like a drone that somebody brought up there?
I think it might have been the Sky Ride. Or
the Sky Ride, because you see the reflection of the glass.
Oh, can we roll that one more time?
Yeah, actually, do they even have the Sky Ride anymore? Could it be the monorail, Josh?
No, they have the Sky Ride.
Okay.
It's new.
I see it, yeah.
That yellow thing, they're in one of those.
But the smoke is impressive, but there's a good fire down there.
Please keep moving either direction. Either
I'm in a
way,
position
please
of
keep-
power with a mouse.
Yeah, and you know what? No one will take
I can't
care of it.
imagine why I have sensitivity about the security personnel at Disney, since we were basically told to leave and blocked off from interacting with people back in the day, way back in the 80s, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you start a fire then? That was actually when Epcot was new and shiny.
Yeah, the freezer. That's amazing. Yeah.
And now we're living in a bright, brave, beautiful tomorrow that they predicted when you got kicked out of Disney.
That's right. Absolutely.
It's been that
Went down
long.
for the living seas. Mm-hmm.
My wife was in that exhibit. Let's move on. Mike.
Are you having trouble getting through this? Perhaps not the ad-libs and just focus on what you have prepared for us might be really good. And he's rubbing his head again. He's just go ahead. Go ahead. Just
I
proceed.
have a name.
Rob.
Thank
look
you.
What he's doing, Josh. I sometimes I just look at Josh and look at him. Look at this guy.
I see what Rob's doing. This has been gone for a while, but it's back.
It's back.
Thank you. Everyone has their things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, why did you not mention in the news the passing of George Foreman?
I forgot. I should have. Legendary boxer. Some great moments that he gave me personally in the ring. Loved watching him.
He was so underrated when he went in to fight Frazier in 73, I think it was. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was all the way back there. Like, retired and then came back and won
one
again.
of the greatest calls from Cosell ever. Mm-hmm. And this will key in 1 second as it plays at its own rate. Here we go.
Just how good George Foreman is in punching and in taking a punch. I think he hurt Joe Frazier. I think Joe is hurt. Angie Dundee, Ali's trainer, right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. The heavyweight champion is taking the mandatory 8 count, and Foreman is as poised as can be in a neutral corner. He is as poised as can be. We have a minute left in this first round, and already this fight is proving out what some have expected. Oh, that left is getting in there. Underneath, Archie Moore is yelling to Foreman. We've got the excitement here that we look for. Frazier is dazed. He is getting hit again and again and again. The same head that was hit so often by Muhammad Ali. Frazier is dazed. You see the countdown for the first round. Foreman has not panicked. Foreman is going about his job. Foreman is all over Joe Frazier. Frazier is down again, and he may be. No, he is rising. He is dazed.
Barely.
He doesn't know where he is. The mandatory 8 count. He doesn't know where he is. Now the round is about to end. 2 knockdowns in the first round of Joe Frazier. Down again. No saving by the bell. He's up, and so the fight continues.
I don't even like boxing. I don't even like boxing, and I can watch that. And do you think
I stopped? I didn't have anything to say. I was caught up in the video.
In the modern world of fighting, do you think Cosell could still cut it as an announcer?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
because he was great on that clip.
Back. I mean,
just so
I would
great.
welcome back more of that. I think that it's what it's become now is the guys that seem to be in sports broadcasting on the analysis side have become the new shock jocks. Yeah. That's what the Pat McAfees are wildly successful and kicking ass. But in the analyst booth, the play-by-play, it's just not as good because you don't have broadcasters, sports writers that had those big personalities, and I miss guys.
I know
like
that he was hated at the time by as many people that loved him.
Absolutely, that's part of the equation.
But when I see a clip like that and I hear him he's watching history being made and he doesn't ruin it, he adds to it.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
something, man. That's just
fantastic.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's close with safe home George Foreman. He had a lot of kids.
No video of him using the grill.
The grill, the George Foreman grill,
which he said he made more than $200 million from that.
I heard at one point he was making $5 million a month on the grill.
Incredible. Absolutely. After boxing, everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mike, let's look at Florida because we haven't today.
Okay.
And we'll close with this. Let's say you're a Florida guy and you want to steal something. Why not go big? Why not steal earrings from Tiffany? And what if you're being pursued?
Is facing robbery charges after allegedly swallowing Tiffany earrings worth more than $770,000. Wow. Orlando police say that they saw the suspect swallowing the stolen earrings during a traffic stop. Investigators had to wait almost 2 weeks for the jewelry to be expelled from his system, and then police took it to a Tiffany jeweler who confirmed the stolen diamonds after cleaning them and finding serial numbers. Oh, my God.
One way to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, still got caught.
Still got caught. Dang.
Oh, my God.
I have to ask, Mike, do they sell those at a discount?
I didn't know there were serial numbers on earrings.
Wow, yeah. The diamond probably has a serial number. That's I watch too much of those.
And also,
videos. That's from my watch videos. I get that information.
And the ring might actually have some cereal on it.
And he ends with a good one. And he ends on a high note.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Cereal. For Rob Spiewak, Josh Soroka, Michael Mara saying so long, everybody.
Honey bunches of O's?
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
So what do you want me to do, drop my pants and fire a rocket?
We think of Rob as good Rob and bad Rob.
You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. You know,